Hey, what is up guys? It's Brennan here, and today we're going to be taking a look at OnDeck, doing an OnDeck review, taking a look at their small business lending options when it comes to getting that fast funding for your small business when you're looking for a loan, a line of credit, or really anything that you need when it comes to your business financing and getting funding for your small business. So that's what we're going to be diving into here in today's video. And if you do want to check out OnDeck, you can go ahead and check out those links linked down below in the video description box. Again, some of which are affiliate links, which can be a great way to help out and support the channel. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into things with OnDeck. And if you do go to that first link down below in the video description to check out OnDeck, you'll be taken to this page here where you can check out the list of the best small business loans and lenders ranked at the time of making today's video. Again, this list will be up to date, so no matter when you're watching this video, this list will have the list of the best small business loans and lenders, and we actually rank OnDeck at the #1 spot on that list. Again, you can go and check out this list at that first link down below in the video description. That's brandvleski.com/best small business loans. That will take you over to this page here, where again, you can check out OnDeck, which is our #1 small business loan lender. Without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at OnDeck. Again, taking a look at the pricing, pros and cons, what you need to know, and everything really to consider when you're getting started with OnDeck for your small business loans. So first and foremost, it's important to understand that OnDeck is an online lender. Now, they offer business funding up to $250,000, as you can see here clearly on their website. Now, you can apply online through their easy online application and get funds as soon as 24 hours later. Now, in terms of the different types of funding options that OnDeck has when it comes to their small business loans, they primarily offer these two types of funding options. Now, OnDeck offers OnDeck line of credit as well as the OnDeck term loan. Now, the OnDeck line of credit is a revolving credit line that you can draw from 24/7 to receive funds within seconds. Again, this is credit limits from $6,000 all the way up to $100,000 with flexible repayment terms of 12, 18, or 24 months. And their OnDeck term loan is a one-time lump sum of cash with an eventual option to apply for more. And these loan amounts are from $5,000 up to $250K. And the repayment terms are up to 24 months, which can make more sense for larger investments in your business, as you can see here, and lines of credit are better for keeping those funds on hand. Now, in terms of the requirements, in terms of their process and what that looks like, again, you can work with OnDeck directly through their application, through their online application process, and they can get you funds very quickly and sometimes even on the same day. And they have no hard credit pulls as well, so you can check your eligibility without affecting your credit score, which is really nice to see what you actually pre-qualify for, when it comes to applying for a small business loan with OnDeck. And in terms of what that application process looks like, when you go to this page here and you click on the Learn More button for OnDeck, it will take you over to their easy online application page where you can apply in minutes. As you can see here, you just need your first name, last name, email address, phone number, and estimated gross annual revenue. And you can click the Apply Now button for OnDeck. Now, in terms of other information when it comes to OnDeck and things you need to consider as well, as far as what you can actually do with your funding from OnDeck. So you can use this money to purchase inventory, cover payroll, expand or renovate, launch marketing campaigns, stabilize cash flow, upgrade equipment, hire more employees, or consolidate business debt. Now, in terms of their application process, like I said and already hinted at in the link in the video description, again, you can complete the application process in just a few minutes, and then you can get a decision from their loan advisor to help you decide what the best option might be best for you. And then you can receive the funds and get them sometimes as soon as the same day. Now, in terms of the loan requirements, right, this is the actual minimum requirements for businesses with OnDeck, is you do need to have at least 1 year in business, and you need to have a business checking account, as well as $100,000 in business annual revenue, as well as a personal FICO score of at least 625. These are their minimum requirements. So if you don't match that, hey, maybe check out some of the other lenders in this list here on the link in the video description, because some of these other lenders might be able to better work with you. That's just the requirements here with OnDeck. Again, they have their online application process with no hard credit pulls. So that is what their process looks like. Again, up to $250K for established businesses. Now, in terms of the pros and cons to consider with OnDeck, now they do have a lot of positive online ratings and reviews. But one thing to keep in mind with most online lenders for business funding is that it's typically going to be a little bit more of a high cost lending, right? So the interest rates typically, that's one of the main cons with online lenders, is they're typically going to be higher interest rates. Now, where that interest rate falls depends on your credit, depends on your business. Of course, all those factors you'll find out through the application process, but that's one thing to keep in mind is typically you're going to have slightly higher interest rates with an online lender than what you might expect with the SBA or with other traditional banks, which tend to have much longer loan application processes and take a lot longer to get funding. So that's kind of one of the trade-offs here. If you want fast funding, that's what you have to come to expect is, hey, it might be a little bit more of a high cost capital situation compared to, a lower interest rate, lower cost if you're going through traditional banks, but those tend to be slower and also they tend to have slightly higher requirements as well for some of those lenders. So, it's kind of a trade-off in terms of the different types of loan options you have with OnDeck and the kind of interest rate that you could expect. Again, just bear that in mind when you're looking through OnDeck for your small business lending, is that expect that you might have a slightly higher interest rate than what you would get with traditional banks, which again do come with longer loan processes. So do keep that in mind when you're looking at OnDeck. One of the other cons as well is they only offer up to $250K as of the time of making today's video. It used to be $100K. They've got it up to $250K. Maybe they'll increase that, but currently it's just up to $250K. So if you do need more funding, maybe look at some of the other business lenders in the list. If you do need more funding for your business beyond that $250K, I understand some equipment financing, other types of, small business funding needs might be much higher than $250K. So if you're looking for more money, maybe look elsewhere. But overall, I would say OnDeck can be a good option for people who don't necessarily need as much money. They need it fast and they're okay with paying a little bit of a premium for the those short-term loans, especially with the lines of credit and the term loans. If that's what you need within those loan amounts and those repayment terms make sense, and as long as you meet their minimum requirements here, then it could be a good option for you when it comes to small business lending. That's why we put them actually at the #1 spot in our list here. It's because they really do have a pretty easy online application, and it is no hard credit pulls as well. So it's no hard credit pulls, which is really nice when you're applying for loans. So that's a nice aspect. You can get pre-qualified online and see what you actually qualify for with OnDeck. Again, with their online application, you can apply in minutes, and that's pretty much OnDeck, right? So they have pretty good overall success stories and rankings and reviews, but just keep in mind the higher interest rates are typically something you're going to find. Again, that's one of the cons that most people do have with online lenders such as OnDeck. So just keep that in mind. Go into it with an open mind that it might be a little bit of a higher interest rate. But at the end of the day, it's kind of a trade-off if that's what you're looking for. So guys, I hope you found this quick OnDeck review helpful. If you did, be sure to smash that like button. Again, if you do want to apply for OnDeck or check out their lending options, you can go and check out those links linked down below in the video description. Again, so much our affiliate links, which can be a great way to help out and support the channel. Guys, if you found this OnDeck review helpful or enjoyed it, then be sure to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button as well, and notification bell so you're notified whenever I upload a new video. Anyway, guys, that's all for today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.